Hello. Hi, guys. I hope you can hear me okay because I don't have my, it's really finding things challenging. Let's just say today was a very challenging day. So, but what I want to talk to you about is when what used to work doesn't work anymore and you're not sure what to do. And it can be really confusing. I had a question in the group, about fasting or not fasting or this or that. Like, what do you do? What do you do? How do you know what to do? I think that comes from, again, there's so much conflicting information out there, so much. And we are always looking and reading things or going like trying this, trying that, reading that. And then you hear all these different things like this worked for me. This didn't work for me. Try this. This is what you do if you're in midlife. So I don't like when people are diets or whatever say this will work for you. This is the way to go. This is a must, right? Things like that, because it's crap. That is so not true. You must find what works for you. And that's what I help women do in my programs. That's exactly what we work on. And it's so funny because it's not hard. But when you get caught up in all the stuff, you're listening to everybody else and listening to other things and reading and trying. And so you try things, right? But I know, because I get like this too. You may try something for a week or maybe a few days and go, nope, that's not going to work. And then you go on to the next thing. And then you're like, well, maybe. And so you try it, but you don't really try it. You kind of give it like, okay, I try a little bit, right? So you're not really doing the full thing. And then, oh, that doesn't really work. And then you just go back to eating your old normal way because it is with your regular life, which can be busy and stressful, trying to figure it out, trying to read, do the research, all of that, like try to figure out what should I do. All of that is just added on to your day. And most days you don't have much spare time anyways. And so I think that's why people get so confused and why it's so hard, because we tend to want to trust someone outside of ourselves, right? But that is also because when you used to know what worked for you, what had worked for you for a few years, and now it's not, that what keeps you in. Well, now we tend to say, now I don't know what works. I don't know, right? Instead of just kind of tuning in, coming to some sort of thing where you'd start to trust yourself. But the thing is, when you're used to eating a specific way, let's say you're used to having wraps, you're used to having sandwiches, you're used to having granola, yogurt, oatmeal in the morning, right? Then when that doesn't work anymore, because it doesn't tend to work in midlife, that puts on the weight, then you're stuck with, well, now I don't know what to do, right? So the thing is that the eating part is really easy, but it's like you need to be directed in the right way for you. And I think that's what most of these fad diets and these books and all of these things, they get you confused because they get you thinking that this is the way to go for everybody, right? The fasting thing. So some lady asked about, should I do intermittent fasting or shouldn't I do it? Or I don't know what to do. Should I eat in the morning or not eat in the morning? The thing is there's multiple answers and an answer is different for each person, right? So I don't know who she was or what her whole eating's like. I'm like, I don't know, like, what do you eat the rest of the day? Because I can't say don't eat in the morning or eat light in the morning or eat heavy in the morning, because you need to know your activity level. You also need to know, activity level is a big one. What you eat for the rest of the day, right? It needs to be healthy eating for the whole day. Then intermittent fasting works well. Intermittent fasting works well for somebody who's already been eating good, Who's watching me at this time? Jennifer, where are you? Because you must be in the UK or something for watching me at this time in the morning. Where I'm from, in Canada, it's 3:10 in the morning. So, yeah, where are you from, Jennifer? Very cool. I'm in Bali right now, so. But yeah, it's really interesting because it's so important to find out what works for you yet. So there's I was all raw during perimenopause, and that worked well for me, but it worked for a certain amount of time, then it didn't. And I know some people where that doesn't really work. And it's not like I went overnight. I did it gradually. I began to use more of the raw food recipes, love the raw food recipes, including them more into my day, right? But every body is different. So because of me, my body loves the vegetables, loves the greens, love those type of things. I don't need, let's say, a higher amount of protein, whereas some people need more protein. So then it's like, okay, well, so if I'm also knowing your type, if I'm the type that requires more protein, but I don't eat a lot of meat, how am I going to get more of the good, clean, right, vegan or vegetable proteins into my day, the things like that. I know I'm going all over the place, but what I want to say the most is that there is not one thing that works for everybody, but you can figure it out. You absolutely can. And that's when I started my programs, we start out by saying like this is how you start your day. And I give you options if you are the person, depending on if you really are hungry in the morning, if you're not hungry in the morning, what's your activity level like? How do you choose to eat, right? Some people don't eat eggs. Some people eat eggs. Some people eat meat. Some people don't eat meat. So we work with the individual, and that is key. That is key. Oh, yeah, I am. You're 6. Oh, in Maine, 6. Oh, 3 hours, right. So people who are Eastern, that's true. You're just getting up early in the morning. So some people who are, what's I going to say? Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. It's 6 o'clock here. The sun's starting to go down. For people who, like, let's say ketos, they're really saying a lot about keto during, for people in midlife now, for women. You know why? This is why keto works for some women in midlife, because you don't eat the starchy vegetables or the starches like the breads and all of that, right? Makes sense. But keto would not work for me, even when I was at that phase where I was gaining weight, because my body does not like meat. It does not like animal fat, right? My body loves healthy fats, vegetarian fats, right? All plant-based fats. My body loves plant-based proteins. It works with it really, really, really well. Right? So this is what is so crucial. Somebody who maybe is like me, but doesn't know what to do and starts a keto diet thinking everybody's saying this works for me in midlife, could get very sick, could end up with some very bad digestive problems, right? But they would keep doing it because they think, well, I must do this. It works for those women. Why does it work for them? Why isn't it working for me? I'm just going to keep trying it. That's the danger, is when you feed your body food that your body does not like, it is not going to be healthy and you're not going to feel good. So the whole thing is so crucial to find out what works for you. And you know what I can say, whether you take one of my programs or not, honest to God, I positively know I have helped hundreds and hundreds of women find what works for them. They never have to diet again. They never have to wonder. They never are confused again. They are never on again, off again. They're never all going. No. Once you know how to find what works for you, once you know kind of the basics, it's easy. And I know that seems so hard to understand, but it truly, truly is. It just takes that guidance, the proper guidance. And if I'm not the one for you, find somebody, because, oh my God, it can happen so fast. Like I do 21-day programs. I do 30-day programs. I do 6 weeks one-on-one, 8 weeks one-on-one. And I can tell you that most people understand it within a month, within 30 days. It's the implementing it into your life that can take a little bit longer. But the understanding of it for you does not take long when you learn what works for you. Now, of course, what you got to do first is, so if somebody's been on a diet that's all over the place, their blood sugar levels are all kind of screwed up, and they may be in insulin resistance, which most women in midlife with a bigger belly are in insulin resistance. So your body is confused. So what you need to do then is to balance the blood sugar levels, get rid of that insulin resistance. Then you are And that's what we do at the beginning of my program. And then you can truly understand your body, connect to your body, feel what works for you. That's when it's like, oh, I get it. I know. I feel it. I can tell. Therefore, for the rest of your life, you're able to connect to you and know what works for you. If you stay out of that insulin resistant and out of the crazy blood sugar levels, right? By eating properly for you, then you stay more balanced. And insulin's a hormone. So therefore, you're eating in a way to help balance your hormones. So everything begins to feel better, right? Also, eating foods that are high in alkaline, that are healthy, that feed and fuel your cells, not foods that are empty, full of calories, but empty. Not foods that, when you take them in, convert right to fat during this stage of your life, because foods do during this stage of your life. If you don't get that insulin resistance and blood sugar levels balanced better, a lot of the foods that you used to be able to eat nowadays will go right into you and go right to fat. Not used as fuel, they will go to fat. And that's why so often women continually gain more weight. Plus, we have the preservatives. You have hormones that's in conventional meat, plastics, all of those things, which when you take those things in, so they're kind of like toxins in your body stores those toxins in fat. So you're still consuming these things that your body can't metabolize, it can't break down. So it needs to store them, and it stores them in fat. So this is the whole thing around. If you don't kind of work on all of these areas, then you won't really get results. And I think that's what happens for somebody who may buy a book or hear something and try to follow it, because they're getting bits and pieces, but not the whole picture. Plus, you also need to get the whole picture for you specifically, right? You, how things will work for you. So that is my blurb. It's not, it doesn't even have to do really, should I eat in the morning? Should I fast in the morning? Does intermittent fasting work for me? Should I do it, right? That's a hard thing to answer, right? Intermittent fasting, like I said, if somebody wants to try it, make sure that you're somebody who eats really healthy already. You don't have the huge blood sugar spikes. So let's say if you're eating and then a couple hours or so, you're like really tired, or you're just craving something a lot. So you get either you're super tired, or you're just like craving, I need to have this, and that's the blood sugar. Or you get, where if you haven't eaten for a few hours, you get really out of it, you get really foggy, you get weak, you get lightheaded. That is when your blood sugar levels are not balanced, right? So that is what you need to get into check first. So don't even think about doing intermittent fasting until you have eaten good, until you know what kind of foods to eat after you do the fasting for so many hours, right? Because not just everything will do. Otherwise, you're not going to get enough nutrients into your body. All right, well, I hope that answers some of your questions. And I am back now. I actually have my phone. I have Wi-Fi on my phone now. Woo! So I will be doing more videos. And please post in this group if you guys want me to do a video about something specific, anything like that, because I'm here to support you and help you. And reach out to me if you want coaching. I do one-on-one in so many different ways. Also, I am going to be starting a program soon. I'm just trying to kind of really get an idea of what I want to do. Something that's going to be great. So fantastic. All right. Thanks for watching. Early in the morning. Okay. Take care. Bye.